what the outlook is when it comes to Unstop, a platform, a hiring platform for students and graduates. The company had rejected a Shark Tank proposal of 5 crore rupees and now has raised $5 million. Ankit Aggarwal is the founder and CEO at Unstop and now joins us on the show. Ankit, I'm curious to know, first up, why did you reject that proposal on Shark Tank? And tell us a little bit more about who the investors are that have participated in the latest fundraise round and what will you be deploying the funds toward?
Sure. So essentially on the Shark Tank itself, the biggest offer that we got of 5 crore, we did reject it because I think at that point in time, we have been a bootstrap startup. We have been valuable to our users, to our customers, and to our employees as well. And I thought that that offer wasn't making sense, both in terms of the equity stake and the valuations. But right now, the fund that we have raised it from all our strategic partners across domains and geographies. So our fundraise has been led by Mynavi, which is Japan's leading job portal and an HR tech firm. Then we have Coursera. Everybody knows Coursera is the leading online course platform globally with very, very good penetration in India as well. And then the third fund, Caret Capital, which is a newly launched fund by Pankaj Bansal. Pankaj Bansal is a veteran in India. He knows all the CHROs. He knows how the HR tech functions in India. So it's a very, very good thought partnership that we can do. And then we have venture capitalists and 9 unicorns as well, which are joining. So as I see it, this is a collaboration of multiple partners across domains, across geography, which opens up doors for Unstop for our global presence as well as India penetration.
So to understand a little bit more about the company, you said that it's a combination of LinkedIn plus Naukri.com plus Metal. Tell us a little bit more about who the key clients are, because I understand it's the likes of Reliance, Amazon, etc.
Sure. So look at Unstop as a digital playground for students and freshers where they can actually learn new skills, showcase their skills and engagements that we do for top recruiters, and then finally get either CV points or get hired, right? We put it like a digital playground. So if I were to give you an analogy, look at it like a cricket playground, right? Cricket being one of the disciplines like MBA engineering. So you can have engineering like a cricket or MBA like a football, but this analogy will stay as is. So once you get into any of the college on day one, right, your idea is to learn new skills that you can do in your college, right? But once you start learning, you would need net practice, right? To basically ensure that you're upskilling yourself and you're adding on to those practice elements of the things that you have learned. So we have a practice component where students can practice their skill sets to be maybe an expert in that domain. And then all recruiters are on Unstop so that they can actually engage with students through hackathons, through quizzes, and open up their doors to pretty much anybody and everybody. And on the other hand, students get this access to top recruiters, which they won't have otherwise. So I can say that every hackathon is like a match on a cricket playground where you are actually now engaging in the real world through those matches. You're gaining more capabilities, you're showcasing your skills. And eventually, if you perform well in that match, you either win a Man of the Match award or you gain a CV point that you can use for in your resume for future interviews or so. So similarly, students participate in multiple hackathons, quizzes, engagements, job postings or so on Unstop to prepare themselves, create their resume. And many such opportunities also end up in hiring offers, which students get from these companies who are doing those hackathons or quizzes or engagements in the general term. So it basically works well for companies because at the same time, companies get access to all students across India, right? To select the best rather than from the selected institutes. And students also get access to all the companies that are looking to engage and recruit students and freshers on one single platform. and also are able to align their interest with their job profile, company, as well as the industry, because we are industry agnostic. All top brands, right from, let's say, consulting companies like Accenture, PwC, EY work with us, FMCGs, HUL, Reckitt, worked with us. All the diversified conglomerates like Tata, Mahindra, Aditya Birla Group, Reliance worked with us. All the new age startups, Uber, Flipkart, Amazon, Walmart, all of them work with us. So we are the only platform where you will have any kind of companies, irrespective of their industries, hopping in to engage and hire students from any discipline, any college.
So, what is the talent community that you currently have, Ankit, and what are your monthly active users? How are you looking to grow that?
So we are at 6 million users as of today from 22,000 colleges. And our monthly active user stands at a bit more than 2 million. We are just scratching the surface, because if you see or read the latest Aisha reports by Indian government, there are 40 million students who are currently studying in any of the UG or the PG programs. And there are another 10 million pass out each year. So effectively 10 million would have passed out just now in May and June itself, right? So this 6 million is just about 10% odd of the overall bracket that we generally work with. And we want to, in the next 1 year, we want to double click on the penetration. So can the 6 million become maybe 15 million by the time we end this financial year? That's the intention, because once we are able to capture 25 to 30% of the market, we'll be the biggest player, and then the whole chain reaction will start off, where everybody will hop on to Unstop to basically start engaging with their dream companies and employers.
Now, while you don't directly compete with any companies in India, you indirectly pitch yourself against the likes of Upgrad, Jaro Education, etc. So, how are you looking at the competitive landscape?
So we are profitable both at the gross level as well as the net level. Our gross margins at this point in time are close to about 85 to 90%. And last financial year, we closed our EBITDA at a little more than 20% or so. Coming to your question, I think we compete with whole lot of vertical players, because we treat Unstop as the only full stack engagement and hiring platform, where we're doing not only the branding, but we are also sourcing candidates and assessing them. And on top of it, we are basically giving them that playground that I talked about, where they can learn new skills and practice them. So if you basically see, we are just not competing with the players that you just talked about, right? The edtech players. Edtech players is basically our maybe the ecosystem. They're just one part of the ecosystem. We are training them with through courses. We are ensuring that they practice their skills. We are ensuring that we give companies a playground to brand themselves, just like how they may do on a Glassdoor or an Ambition box. And when they're doing that, because we have a 6 million community, they reach out to those 6 million community members so that they can actually source candidates who are really, really interested in working with them. And then once they have shown their interest, they are assessed on certain skills that the companies would want. And once they are assessed, they are eventually hired. So it's a whole lot of different things that we are doing. We're just saying that, hey, we are the full stack platform, and these are pretty much different products in different zones we have. So yes, we compete with the likes of Naukri, LinkedIn, because we are a community. But however, though those platforms are more in lateral space, and we are in the fresher market. And that's our differentiation. So I'm not trying to replace them. I'm just trying to be a Naukri plus a LinkedIn and plus many other players in my niche, which is students and fresher audience.